Most people think peace of mind is something you find, a destination, something you arrive at after fixing everything that is broken. But in Japan, peace is not found. It is built, quietly, daily, through habits so small most people walk right past them. No therapist's couch, no expensive retreat, no complete life overhaul. Just 18 tiny practices that have kept an entire culture grounded for centuries. Let's go through all of them. 1. MA. Embrace the empty space. In Japan, emptiness is not a problem to solve. Ma is the art of the pause, the silence between words, the gap between tasks, the moment you do not fill. Most people reach for their phone the second they feel bored, but that impulse is costing you your peace. Try this. Once a day, sit for 2 minutes and do absolutely nothing. No phone, no music, just exist. That empty space is where your mind finally exhales. 2. Shokunin. Do one thing with full devotion. Shokunin means craftsman, but it is more than a job title. It is a philosophy. Whatever you do, do it completely. A Japanese sushi chef spends 10 years learning just to make rice. Not because he has to, because he believes that mastery of one thing is mastery of yourself. You do not need a decade. You just need 5 minutes of full presence. Wash the dishes like they matter. Write the email like it is worth writing. Full devotion to small things builds a quiet mind. 3. Nemawashi. Prepare the roots before you plant. In Japanese gardening, nemawashi means carefully preparing the roots before transplanting a tree. Rush it, and the tree dies. Applied to life, it means slowing down before making decisions. Most anxiety comes from acting before you are ready or deciding before you have thought. Before any significant choice today, pause and ask, have I prepared the roots? Have I thought this through? Have I spoken to the right people? Have I given it enough time? Slow preparation creates peaceful outcomes. 4. Soji, the 2-minute clean. Every morning in Japanese schools, students stop everything and clean their own classroom. No janitors, the students do it themselves. This is Soji. The philosophy is simple. You are responsible for your environment, and your environment shapes your mind. You do not need to deep clean your home every day. But 2 minutes of tidying, making the bed, clearing the counter, putting one thing back in its place, signals to your brain that you are in control. Order outside creates order inside. 5. Hara Gakusha. Learn with your gut, not just your head. In Japanese tradition, the hara, the belly, is considered the seat of wisdom, not the brain. Hara Gakusha is the practice of listening to your gut as a source of genuine knowledge. Western culture tells you to think your way out of everything. But some truths cannot be thought. They can only be felt. When you feel uneasy about a decision and cannot explain why, that is information. When something feels right despite the logic against it, that is also information. Start treating your gut as a wise advisor, not an inconvenience. 6. Otsukare-sama. Honor your tiredness. In Japan, there is a phrase said to someone who has worked hard. Otsukare-sama deshita. It roughly translates to, you must be tired. Thank you for your effort. There is no equivalent phrase in English, and that absence says everything. Western culture treats tiredness as weakness. Push through it, hide it, caffeinate it away. But Japanese culture honors exhaustion as evidence of effort. Tonight, instead of feeling guilty for being tired, say it to yourself. I worked hard. I deserve rest. Permission to rest is not laziness. It is how you stay in this for the long game. 7. Motinai. Waste nothing, regret nothing. Motainai is a single word that captures an entire worldview. What a waste it would be to throw that away. It applies to food, objects, time, but most powerfully, to experience. In Japan, even difficult experiences are not considered wasted. They are composted into wisdom. The bad relationship taught you your boundaries. The failed project taught you how you actually work. The painful year showed you what you are made of. Nothing is wasted if you extract the lesson. Motenai, do not throw away what still has value. 8. Enso, accept your incompleteness. Every morning, Zen monks draw a circle in one brush stroke. It is called Enso. Sometimes it is perfect, most times it is not. That is the point. The Enso teaches that you are whole even when you are imperfect. You do not need to close every loop, resolve every tension, or finish every project to be enough. Draw your own Enso. Literally, grab a pen, draw a circle in one stroke, and let it be whatever it is. Look at it. That is you. Complete enough. Right now. Ju. Kuki wo yomu. Read the air. Kuuki wo yomu means to read the air, to sense the emotional atmosphere of a room before you speak or act. This is a social skill, yes, but it is also a self-care skill. When you learn to read the emotional temperature around you, you stop walking into situations blind. You stop saying the wrong thing at the wrong time. You stop being ambushed by tension you could have sensed coming. Before entering any room or conversation today, pause for 3 seconds. What is the energy here? What does this moment need from me? That pause is a superpower. 10. Kodawari. Have standards without rigidity. Kodawari means an uncompromising commitment to your own standard of quality. Not perfectionism. Perfectionism is fear. Kodawari is pride. A ramen chef with Kodawari will spend 18 hours on a broth because that is his standard. Not because someone is watching, not because he will be punished if he does not, because it matters to him. Identify one area of your life where you want to raise your standard, not for approval, but because you care. That quiet commitment to quality is deeply stabilizing. It gives you an identity that does not depend on anyone else's opinion. 11. Norenwo wake. Pass through. Slowly. In traditional Japanese shops, a noren is the fabric curtain you part to enter. Customers learn to part it slowly and deliberately, a small act of respect before entering a new space. The habit? Create micro-transitions between the different parts of your day. Before you start work, take one breath. Before you enter your home, pause at the door. Before you sit down to eat, put the phone face down. These tiny thresholds tell your nervous system, one thing is ending, another is beginning. Without them, everything bleeds together and exhaustion builds invisibly. 12. W-A-Z-A. Let your body teach your mind. Waza means technique or skill learned through physical repetition, the kind of knowing that lives in your hands and body, not your thoughts. In Japanese martial arts, you do not think your way to a technique. You practice it until your body knows it without asking the brain. Apply this to anxiety. When your mind is racing, move your body. Walk, stretch, do something with your hands. The body knows how to be calm. Sometimes you just need to let it lead. 13. Jizoku, the power of showing up. Jizoku means sustainability, the practice of continuing without burning out. In Japan, the goal is never the sprint. It is the quiet accumulation of days. The person who meditates for 5 minutes every day for a year outperforms the person who meditates for 2 hours once a month every time. Ask yourself, what is the smallest version of this habit I could do even on my worst day? That smallest version is your jizoku, your sustainable core. Protect it above everything else. 14. Mono no aware. Let beauty break your heart a little. Mono no aware is the bittersweet awareness that everything is temporary. The cherry blossoms are beautiful because they fall. Western culture fights impermanence. We preserve, store, archive, anti-age. But Japanese culture says, let the temporary things move you. Feel the pang of something passing. Next time something beautiful crosses your path, a meal, a conversation, golden evening light, let yourself feel that it will not last. That feeling is not sadness, it is aliveness. And aliveness is the foundation of peace. 15. Gamen, sit with discomfort. Gamen means dignified endurance, the ability to tolerate difficulty without collapsing or complaining. Not suppression, not pretending it does not hurt. Just the quiet decision not to let pain have the last word. The practice is simple. The next time something is uncomfortable, a hard conversation, a boring task, a moment of loneliness, do not immediately escape it. Sit with it for 60 seconds. Breathe. Let it be there. You will discover that discomfort is survivable, and that discovery changes everything. 16. Osawani narimasu. Acknowledge who helped you. Before eating, Japanese people say itadakimasu, acknowledging everyone whose effort brought the food to the table. The farmer, the cook, the rain. This habit extends further as osawani narimasu, recognizing those who have helped shape your life. Once a week, name one person, alive or not, present or distant, who contributed to who you are. You do not need to contact them, just hold them in mind with gratitude. Gratitude of this depth is not a mood, it is a world view, and it is one of the most stabilizing forces available to a human being. 17. Han, know your true voice. In Japanese culture, tatemae is the public face, what you show the world. Hani is your true feeling, what you actually think and want and need. Most people lose track of their hun. They perform so long they forget what is real. Once a day, ask yourself one honest question. What do I actually feel right now? Not what you should feel. Not what makes sense. What is real? You do not need to act on it, just know it. That honest self-knowledge is the bedrock of genuine peace. 18. Shizen. Return to your natural state. Shizen means naturalness, the effortless quality of something being exactly what it is. A pine tree does not try to be a pine tree. Water does not try to flow downhill. Japanese philosophy teaches that your natural state is one of ease, not struggle. That most of your suffering comes from forcing, resisting, and performing. Once a day, ask, where am I forcing something that wants to be easy? Where are you trying too hard? Where could you simply let yourself be? Peace is not something you build on top of yourself. It is what remains when you stop working against yourself. These 18 habits will not fix your life overnight, but they will do something better. They will quietly change how you move through each day, how you rest, how you listen, how you speak to yourself, how you handle difficulty. One habit. Start with one. Not the most impressive one. The one that felt like it was already yours. Because that recognition, that feeling of yes, that is it, that is your Han speaking. And that is exactly where peace begins.